Hello, friends. Welcome to the LeggLife podcast. My name is Adam.
My name is Sherry.
Sherry Beth, what episode is this?
75.
We are 3/4 of the way to 100 episodes.
Yes, we are.
Did you expect that we would get to episode 75 when we started?
I didn't really expect we'd get to episode 1.
Actually, that's a really good point.
Or 2.
We have not been doing, we missed last week. We did our Fiji anniversary one the week before. We really do want to be better about this. And full confession, the fact that you guys are even getting an episode this week shows that we're trying. Because It's 6:40 p.m. on Friday night.
Yes.
And about 20 minutes ago, I was like, tomorrow's podcast day.
Dang it.
What do we do?
Yeah. And so last week was a crazy week. Mm-hmm. And you were sick. You had a terrible cold. And it was a super crazy week on top of all of it.
Yep. And
we got to, I think, Sunday. And we were like, oh, we never had a podcast yesterday.
Whoops.
And fun, I caught your cold this week.
Yeah, so we're both.
So you're not completely better yet. You're mostly better, and I am on the downward spiral.
Here's the nice thing. First of all, no, it's not COVID.
No.
It really just... So honestly, for me, I actually thought that it was just kind of my body being worn down after we had a huge fundraising work event that took a ton of work to put on. We had almost 500 people there, and it was really a spectacular event, but it is one of those events that it takes everything you have to give.
Right, and you started feeling sick like a day or two before the event.
And so I fully expected that after the event, I was just going to crash and get sick. I knew it was going to get worse. Mm-hmm. And it did. The nice thing was it was basically just like a head cold with sore throat kind of stuff.
Yep, you did take a COVID test and it was negative, so it really is just a cold.
But you got it.
And I got the exact same thing.
Whoops. And you're only a couple days into it, so if we sound a little more Janis Joplin level raspy, you guys will know why. We're not becoming blues singers. We just are both. Oh, yet. Maybe that'll be the next LeggLife. What if we just randomly released a blues album? Just surprise.
That'd be kind of amazing.
The legs sing the blues. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, sorry. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about this episode.
Right.
What we're talking about, so a friend of ours, Jordy, kind of saved the day, because last week she sent us a message, actually it might have been earlier this week, over on Instagram, and basically she was just like, hey, a random podcast idea for you, which, by the way, we love getting.
Yeah.
She goes...
For nights like these.
For nights like these. She goes, what makes a good Christmas movie? And instantly I knew, yep. That's one we're doing. Now, I didn't think we'd do it this week, but we are.
Here we are.
So, Sherry, here's the thing. You and I both love Christmas movies.
I can watch Christmas movies year-round.
Okay, let's start our conversation here.
Yeah.
Because this is where you and I are a little bit different. I love Christmas movies, but I also love Christmas. It feels weird to me to watch Christmas movies not surrounded by a house that is decorated with Christmas.
I don't need that.
You can watch
I just love Christmas movies.
Midsummer, sun is shining, doors open, you're watching Christmas movies.
Christmas in July on Hallmark, baby.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that actually does bring us to an important point.
Yeah.
Because we had this discussion right before, when we're talking Christmas movies, are we talking Hallmark Lifetime movies? Are we talking traditional nostalgic? Right. And so we decided to divide this up into two categories.
Yep.
Christmas movies, general, and Christmas movies, we'll say Hallmark.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
Which do you want to start with?
Let's start with the general.
Okay.
Because I have very specific times that I will watch classic Christmas movies.
Okay.
And there are certain things that I want in a classic Christmas movie.
I'm very excited. So again, the question today, what makes a good Christmas movie? Starting with Christmas movies general. Mm-hmm. Let's hear it.
So, stuff like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman. I want to watch those every freaking year. And I can only watch them during the Christmas season.
Okay.
I have to be surrounded by Christmassy things in order to watch those movies, or else it's just weird.
Can I add on to this a little bit?
Yep.
I'm going to be even a little bit more strict.
Okay.
Yes, I agree with you completely. But those, to me, are week of Christmas movies.
Okay.
Those are oh my God, Santa's almost here. There's
already presents under the tree.
That's what I mean. Yes. You are in the heat of the Christmas spirit. Like, those are like the last, like, the finish line is close.
I would agree with that.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Those, like, classic Christmas movies.
Yes.
That we've seen 8,000 times. Charlie Brown. Like, I want to watch all of them every year, but really, just right before Christmas or immediately after. Like, day of, day after.
100%.
But then there's other Christmas movies like Noel, Love.
Mm-hmm.
I also only want to watch that during Christmas.
Okay.
The Hallmark Christmas movies, and maybe it's because they're more like romance heavy. I can watch those year round.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we'll stick to the classic for now. Like, what do you want in a
classic
Christmas movie? What are your criteria?
So my criteria, we already talked about the time. My criteria has to do more with the feelings and the emotion that are evoked. Mm-hmm. Christmas season, it's one of the reasons that I love Christmas, is that, and I want to preface this by saying, first of all, I understand fully that for a lot of people, Christmas is a hard time of the year, right? It's a time that we're reminded of loss, of loved ones who aren't there, that kind of stuff. So I totally get that. But for me, like, the kind of the heart behind the Christmas spirit is that joy, peace, happiness, the laughter of children as they open presents, the joy in malls, which I know isn't always the case, but like that kind of thing. It's those emotions. So in a Christmas movie, I want it to evoke the emotions of the season. I don't want a Christmas movie to be suspenseful.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or like anxiety, or it's like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to laugh all the way through it, or like It's a Wonderful Life, I want to cry
happy tears.
Happy tears. That's what I mean, like happy tears. Like, evoke positive emotions.
Yep.
That's what I want from a Christmas movie. And I want a Christmas movie to be over the top cheesy. Like Christmas movies are the one kind of movie that I'm like, you know what? It's like Olive Garden. Grate all of the cheese. Like,
all of it.
All of it. Don't stop till you get to the end. And so to me, that's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I want to feel. What about you?
I agree with that. And I can't say that I don't usually like cheesy movies because hello, Hallmark.
Yep.
But and I will watch any kind of Hallmark movie. Hmm. I have the subscription to the Hallmark movies anytime because of that.
Literally nobody listening is shocked by that.
Nope. Because I will watch them year round. It doesn't have to be Christmas. I just love Hallmark movies.
Yep.
But when it comes to Christmas, I agree. I want all of the cheese. I want to have to roll my eyes 17 times during the movie. And I agree with that. Like, I want to feel that joy and nostalgia, and
So nostalgia is a word that I didn't mention that I do think is really important for me. And I think it goes back to the first movies you mentioned, or the shows you mentioned. We were talking about, like, when you want to watch it. The mm-hmm. classic, the Rudolph, like those claymation things.
And you said It's a Wonderful Life, like that too. Like,
yeah.
Yep. Stuff that we have been around since before we were born, and that will continue to be around forever because they are classics.
So this is one of the things I struggle with Christmas. And I struggle more with it with music than with movies. I love classic Christmas. I love the classic songs. I love the classic movies. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I struggle with all of the new things. It's almost like I have so much good Christmas already from mm-hmm. like my memories. I struggle to like fit a new thing in. That's why when a movie like Noel, which we both really liked, uh-huh. is actually good and like works its way into our Christmas routine, mm-hmm. I'm so happy. But for me, when I think of Christmas, I think of like Bing Crosby. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I think of like the classic Christmas stuff.
Yep.
And so when it's like, Luke Bryan has a new Christmas album out, I'm like, I literally don't care. Like, absolutely don't care. Right. But every now and then there's like a home run in those things.
Yep.
But for me, that's one of the things, like, there's so much nostalgia and so much good Christmas stuff that already exists. Mm-hmm. I do struggle sometime with like new Christmas movies or music.
I agree with that. Yep. I fully agree, especially on the music front, because there is so much good Christmas music, and I also feel like so many like of the newer Christmas albums that come out are just covers, but they're not even good covers. Like, they're just covering all of the old nostalgic songs because that's what people want to hear, but they're not good covers.
We've gotten distracted.
We did get, I'm sorry.
We're on music.
We're going back to movies.
Back to movies.
But movies, I agree. I want that nostalgia, and I want the feel good and the cheese, and I want it to all just be wrapped up in a pretty happy bow at the end.
I don't care how many times the smile of a child saves Christmas. like I want more. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
It's like our cheerometer is low and we have to like raise it so Santa can show up. Yes, that's what I want. Like,
we gotta do it.
We gotta come on the cheerometer. Like, that's what I want.
Yep.
I want that stuff.
Absolutely.
Anything else when you think of like classic Christmas movies, or like the general kind of Christmas genre that you want from a movie? Okay, here's my thing. Do you want Santa? Do you want Jesus? Do you want both? Do both have their place? What do you want?
I mean, I feel like both have their place, but I also don't want to watch a terrible Christian movie.
Okay, so I'm so glad you answered that because that's exactly what I wanted to get to.
When it comes to Christmas movies, I want Santa.
Yes. So for me,
they can go to church on Christmas Eve, that's fine. But I want Santa to be flying over the church on Christmas Eve.
Okay, so I love you so much. So for me, I want Christmas Eve is the time I want to read like the birth of Christ story.
Right.
Right? Like I want that moment to like remember what it's about. But it's true, like I'm never leading up to Christmas. I'm not like, hey, you know what tonight? Let's sit down and watch Elf. And, like, the story of the birth of Jesus, like, 10 days before Christmas.
Story.
The nativity story. Like, that's just not me. That's not
nope.
us. And so, like, we really are. Oh, that's so funny. We are classic Santa, red and green. Snow is falling outside. We're drinking spiked hot chocolate, watching Christmas.
Absolutely.
And also, we're reading, like, the biblical story of the birth of Christ on Christmas Eve.
Right.
And part of the reason for me is, like, let's be honest. Dude wasn't born at Christmas Eve. You know what I mean? Like, and so
this is just when we happen to celebrate it.
Completely. And I also think about the story from The Office where it's like, happy birthday, Jesus. Sorry your party's so lame. Is that from The Office?
I think so.
Happy birthday, Jesus. Sorry your party's so lame. Okay, now let's move on to Hallmark Christmas movies.
Oh,
Sherri,
boy.
You have been preparing for this for your whole life.
My entire life.
This is your time to shine. What do you want? What does Sherri Beth Legg want from a Hallmark Christmas movie?
I want the best Hallmark Christmas movies are the ones where they have to be set in a small town. Mm-hmm. There has to be some kind of big conglomerate business something that's going to come in and try to swoop and ruin the entire town.
Of course.
And there has to be a romance between the leaders of this major conglomerate or the bookstore or the whatever. Like, yeah. I need that to happen. And for this major business to realize that they could scale it back and do it in a small town, which is, let's be clear, is never actually the case. But that's what I want. I love those. And I want some kind of tension that has to be resolved on Christmas Eve when the snow starts to fly. Like, I need all of that.
You want it to be called something like Cookies and Kisses for Santa. Like,
I don't care. I don't care what it's called. I will watch it. If it is a Hallmark Christmas movie, I will watch it.
Okay, so I want to unpack this a little. I feel like maybe we did a Hallmark Christmas episode before or a vlog. I don't know. So some of this may be like rethought, but here's what I want to know, Sherri. Mm-hmm. One of the things that you also have knocked Hallmark and Lifetime movies for is how, essentially, it is the same story repackaged 100 different ways.
Absolutely it is.
Okay, have you ever been watching a Hallmark Christmas movie and thought, okay, this is too much like one that I've already seen before, and thought, like, it's not unique enough and I'm just not going to watch it?
I have thought it is not unique enough, and they basically just took the exact same script and put different actors in it.
Yep.
But I will still watch it.
Oh, okay.
Let's be really clear. I will still watch it. The only times that I will just be like, and we're done, like without finishing a movie, is if the acting is truly terrible. Like there are times that like, for whatever reason, there is zero chemistry between the actors, or they really just cannot act. Like, they got somebody's nephew's cousin to do this part, and then like, oh dear God. Like, they should have just not made the movie instead of just had this person in it. So if it's really, really, really bad, I will not watch it. But there are a lot of sins that I can forgive in a Hallmark movie.
Yeah, we watched one the other night together.
We watched one the other night.
I chose it.
You did. Like, he just started a movie, and I was like, we are not going to watch this. You're going to laugh all the way through it, and you're going to make fun of me, and I'm going to cry.
I did good.
You did. And it wasn't, I mean, it was terrible.
Oh, I was just going to say, please tell me you're not going to say it wasn't terrible.
It was terrible.
It was terrible.
But, still cute. Like, it still ended cute, right?
No, yes, 100% it did.
It makes you feel warm and fuzzy.
That's what I want. So to me, what you want is actually not that different from in the general Christmas movie. You want it to evoke a specific emotion.
Yeah.
Right? You want to watch them fall in love. You want to see Christmas saved. You want to see the town rejoice.
Yeah.
You want to, you know what I mean? Like all of that stuff. You want those emotions to come out.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to speak into the what do I want from a Hallmark Christmas movie because
what?
I know. I have no opinion on the matter. It's literally all the same. Are there things, a little twist on this question, are there things you don't want in a Christmas movie, be it Hallmark or general? What are things you do not want?
I mean, this goes back to, I think that there's a time and place for Jesus, and I don't think that it's in Hallmark movies. I don't want it to be overly Christian, and I don't want it to be overly, like, because then it just feels forced. Like, it's not good. It's never good.
Yep.
And so, like, I would rather they just completely remove any hint of Christianity from these movies and just focus on the Santa. Than to try to, like, weave it in. Because
does that happen sometimes?
It does.
Really?
And it's bad every time.
Oh, no.
It's bad every time.
Okay, I didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, they try.
Is that more on, like, a Lifetime than a Hallmark, or more on, like, a certain kind of movie?
It's
or is
for sure more on Hallmark.
Really?
Yep.
That there's, like, some kind of a spiritual element as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's, like, an awakening that leads to his change that causes him to not buy the local bookstore.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Yeah. They try, and it falls flat every single time.
Oh, it's so
and
awkward.
It's really bad. So I will tend to not watch those. So I just won't watch them.
On that, a little bit, one of the things that I'll add, and we'll keep talking about this, that I don't want political or cultural statements.
Yes.
So it feels like so much of media is now, like, again, there's a time and place for everything, but it feels like so much in media, it's like, okay, I have to make a point with this piece that I'm creating. I have to make a point with this movie or this song or something. And I don't want that in my Christmas stuff. I don't want
it. I agree with that.
Like, just let this be non-political. Let this be social issue. Let this be, can't it just be about joy and happiness and cupcakes and Santa and bookstores?
And here's the thing, especially when it comes to, like, Christmas movies and Hallmark Christmas movies, I deal with the real world 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Oh, yeah.
When I am watching these movies, I want it to be an escape. I want the happy, everything ends happily and everything is tied up in a pretty little bow. That's what I want. Like, I don't want the political statement. I don't want the social issues. I agree with that, like, because we deal with them all the time. And when I'm watching these movies, I just want to feel happy.
Yep, exactly.
I don't want all of the crap that I'm dealing with all of the rest of the time. So and there's a series of movies that are coming to mind, and I'm not going to say them because some people might really like them. But the first one was cute, and the second one was like the wedding, and it was a little bit like taking a stance, and I was like, and then the third one was just bad, and I was like, okay, we probably just should have stopped with the first, because they tried so hard to make a point and to take a stand, and it was just like, nope, you fell flat, and they were just not good. So, I just...
Are there other things you don't want in a Christmas movie? Like I mentioned earlier, for me, it's that, like, suspense or like anxiety. Like I want from the opening scene to be like, well, looks like he's falling in love with her. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Or like,
those are the main characters, and they're gonna fall in love. Like by the end of this, there's gonna be a cute little kiss, and it's gonna be wonderful.
Don't keep me guessing.
Right.
Or other things like that.
Well, I don't want an action movie. I don't want, like, how many people can we kill in 2 hours. I don't want the suspense and the mystery and the, I don't really love those. I just want the happy feelings. But that leads me to...
Okay.
What do you think about Die Hard?
Oh, gosh.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Okay.
My stance is that it is not. And I understand that this is, I know.
Let me get our therapist, our couples counselor on the phone. Stat.
It takes place at Christmas, but it is not a Christmas movie.
Oh, you're gonna use my own words against me, aren't you? That, like,
it does not invoke the nostalgia and the happy and the joy and the peace. It is murder and suspense and terrible things, and I love the movies and I will watch them, but I will not call it a Christmas movie just because it takes place at Christmas.
Okay, I have always been a yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie stan because it takes place at Christmas. I normally watch it during Christmas time. I've always associated that as a Christmas movie. And I still do. I'm still standing by that, even though I understand it is the exception to my rule. And gosh darn it, I can have that. And so to me, it is still a Christmas movie, even though it doesn't check any of the boxes.
Literally 0 boxes, except that there's a Christmas tree in it. That's it.
It is not the Christmas season unless I watch Bruce Willis walk across broken glass in Nakatomi Towers, like trying to kill Hans Gruber. Sherry, it is not...
Unless
Christmas
you see
season.
Professor Snape falling off that building.
Yeah, that's right.
With the snow falling down.
R.I.P. Professor Snape. Unless he dies in Die Hard. Some people have never seen Harry Potter or Die Hard, and they're so confused right now. They're so confused. So I'm going to say yes, it's a Christmas movie, even though it doesn't check any of my boxes, but I understand where you're coming from with that.
I will watch it at Christmas, but I will not call it a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Just because it takes place at Christmas, it doesn't mean it's a Christmas movie. So
That's fair.
I like Die Hard. I like all of them, and I will watch them.
Yep.
It doesn't invoke that Christmas feeling that I want from a Christmas movie. So I can't call it a Christmas movie.
You took a shot at me with this last question, Sherry.
I'm sorry.
I feel like you asked that question knowing that you were going to catch me in a trap, and I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't appreciate it.
Well,
it doesn't bring out the Christmas spirit in me. Okay, I just want to say that. Okay,
sorry.
It's fine. Anything else on this topic? Anything else you really want from a Christmas movie? Give me right now 2 Christmas movies. Because here's the problem. We run into this every single year. Mm-hmm. There are so many Christmas movies we love that we don't see them all every year.
I know.
Give me 2 movies that it's like, if it's not the Christmas season, it's hard for it to be Christmas.
I mean, if we don't watch the movies, it's hard to feel like it's Christmas.
Or it's like it's Christmas Eve, and you get to pick one movie, and it's like, oh my gosh, we haven't seen this, we've got to watch it.
Oh, man. Oof. Maybe Charlie Brown.
Oh, good one. So classic.
Yeah, it might maybe just that. I mean, there's other Christmas movies that I really love watching every year.
Yeah.
Like It's a Wonderful Life, and those kind of. But that's also that's a time chunk.
Yep.
And I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here's
Miracle on 34th Street. I always love, but yeah. I mean, for me, because we do decorate every single surface in our house with Christmas.
Oh, praise the Lord.
I don't ever feel like I'm not enjoying Christmas if I don't see a movie. But there are certain movies that I really do enjoy watching.
So since you struggled to hit the 2 mark, I'm going to give you 4 because I can't.
Okay.
I play my own set of rules, Sherry.
You sure do.
My 4 probably are Elf.
Okay.
Christmas Vacation, It's a Wonderful Life, and Die Hard.
Okay.
Those are very 4, different. I understand.
They're very different.
But they, Elf and Christmas Vacation are just, to me, so hilarious. I laugh so hard through both of those movies. You can basically quote beginning to end Christmas Vacation. It is such a good movie.
Yeah,
right? It's so good.
True.
It's a Wonderful Life is my go-to nostalgia Christmas movie.
Yeah.
It just like tears
Question,
every time.
do you like the black and white or do you like the color version?
I like the black and white. It feels more
appropriate. Nostalgic.
It feels more appropriate. And then Die Hard because of reasons already given.
So
we have Sherry. How would you be that way? We want to thank our friend Jordy for starting this fight.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Jordy. No, but for giving us this question. It's such a fun one to talk about.
Yep.
And it's really fun because like our house isn't decorated for Christmas yet.
No, but I've already seen 2 Christmas movies this year.
So
because we watched one together the other day, and then I watched one today while you were teaching.
You did?
I did, yeah.
Hilarious.
I did.
So there you go.
It was truly terrible.
Well, of course it was. I'm not surprised at all.
It was wonderfully awful.
Oh my gosh. So here's what we want to do. We want you guys to head over to YouTube. Want you to type into the little search bar LeggLife Podcast. First of all, hit the subscribe button if you have not. I do want to thank you guys because the last podcast we posted about our Fiji anniversary debacle is our most watched and listened to podcast over there on YouTube.
Oh, that's
which is
nice.
awesome. Very fun. So a lot of you guys check us out over there. Thank you.
Yep. Hit that subscribe. Also hit that little bell.
You're so good at this, Sherry.
So that you know when we have posted, because we try to post every week, but we don't always hit it.
Well, and then we want you to find this episode, this Christmas movie episode, and tell us, what did we miss? What do you want? Is there something specific that you want in a Christmas movie that maybe we missed?
Yep.
I want to hear that from you.
What do you absolutely not want in a Christmas movie?
So
we want to hear that too.
Horror.
Yeah,
That's another thing. No blood.
No blood.
No blood.
Right. Nope.
It's so funny.
Nope.
You guys, we love you so much. Thanks for listening to episode number 75.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.